Lawson. I'm from Huntington, West Virginia. My main passions lie with fashion design and music. I am also known as pop star Buni Muni. My parents are college professors and teach classical music topics. I always had a lot more energy than I think a classical music environment was ready to embrace. You know, it's a lot of sitting quietly, being really patient and doing what you're told to do exactly when you're supposed to. So I really had just a thirst for what else is out there. And so then I got into fiddling and bluegrass music. I went to Marshall for undergrad. I was a double major in costuming, so I always was down in the basement designing, sewing things. And I also was an acting, directing major. And it came to be time of like people asking, what's next? So I thought I should move to LA. I ended up playing in different kinds of rock bands, and I'd play either electric violin or mandola. Then when I came back to West Virginia, I was like, hey, I want to try new sounds and new energy. What's fun? What's the most fun kind of thing I could do? So that's how we got to the pop star mixtape era we're in now.
Mr. Awful, heard you got something that'll make me feel good. I'm feeling awful, like I melt through the floor. If you hit it, I would.
Currently is focused on top 40-ish top line writing. And I used to produce and record and play all the instruments and all that stuff. I like just being able to kind of work with this character. And honestly, how I approach Buni Muni now is very much as a TV writer. Like I really put that hat on when I go to songwrite now, because I'm like, oh, this is the brand, this is the Buni Muni show. And it really helps a lot for how I think about creating. I'll try really hard at stuff in life, but I'm very okay with switching directions. I have a really fast-paced attention span, so I'm kind of always ready for the next thing. I always had kind of like a crafty DIY type of family, and my mom made our Halloween costumes. She would kind of break out the sewing machine growing up, and I always thought that was cool, and I'd get into making my own stuff. I loved it in college. I did a little summer excursion to London for fashion school. Ended up not really liking the fashion proper industry, so I was like, costuming's cooler. And then when I was in LA, I would do a lot of similar things I do now, which is get like clients who are doing like music videos or stage performance looks. Like even in LA, I would do design, sewing, custom work for people. This is gonna be a jacket. I'm really into my NASCAR era, so we're going with the bleed checker, so the back would have all of this and then bleed into black on the front. Everything I do for fashion and why I do my fashion line is because everything's one of a kind and ultra custom. And while that's really awesome, and for the person who it's the right size for, the right price that day, it kind of is like a stars align. I would not say that anything I do is a good business or sustainable at this point, but I also have hopped on a train that is just somehow not run out of track quite yet.
West Virginia girl, bet I'm the only one you ever met. West Virginia girl.
Huntington's just awesome. It makes me laugh when people call it the San Francisco of Appalachia. It is very arts focused. It seems like the tide is sort of starting to shift in terms of young people wanting to stay and be invested and making it a great place to be. And I'm really happy that I came back after my years away to sort of be part of this new wave of Huntington today. Appalachians have overall radical independent spirit and radical sense of self-identity, and there's sort of a fearlessness, and I think there's sort of an expectation that West Virginia only makes banjo music, and the only topics are going to be about being down and out and daddy in the coal mine.
West Virginia girl, better be anyone you ever met. West Virginia girl, I bet you think you want.
I think what gets me excited about West Virginia is that it might not always seem like it, but there really is endless opportunity here and support. And if you're someone who wants to do something, you can do it here. My advice, don't be too punk to function. You know, we all hate the man, the machine, capitalism, so evil, this and that. If you don't appreciate and understand and learn the art of business, you will not have an art business. If you gotta get a day job to pay your bills, that's okay. It doesn't mean you're not an artist, and it doesn't mean you're not gonna be able to do it full time at some point.
West Virginia.